What's going on, guys? Today on this Shoky review, we're taking a look at the latest release from Bandai's Shokugan modeling project, or Super MINIPLA, as other people call it, and they are continuing the GAORANGER line. This is GAOHUNTER, or the Predazord, if you're American Power Rangers only. And realistically, this is not the full packaging that it comes in. It actually came in a more P-Bandai monochrome style big old chunky box, but I went ahead and saved one of the smaller boxes from inside because it looks pretty kick-ass. I'm pretty sure it looks much like the original. Actually, let's see here. I'm going to bring up, see if I remember to do this in the edit, find the thing and bring it up there. If I did not find the thing, I did not bring it up there, but I bet it's pretty similar. So, this is actually pretty cool. So, we got Gao Wolf, Gao Hammerhead, Gao Legator. I'm glad they went with the pun name there. It's impressive. We got the kind of silvery or titanium-y Ranger there, the Silver Wolf Ranger, as it were. And then words that I can't read because they're definitely not in a language I can understand. And then there's number 1. I don't know. I don't know what this meant. This was box 1. I don't know. I'm not going to bother translating. Come here, you got all the warnings and such. You got all the Bandais. You got more stuff there. You got other warnings, ABS, PP, PPE, PE, PET. Tell you different types of plastics and stuff like that. Little guy with a toilet. It's all good. Come around here. Go vertical again. You got it there in its GAOHUNTER mode. And you got, look, it does different things. Look, stuff and look, and things. And yes. Okay. Then you come to the back. Different arrangement. Come over here, all that. The one thing that's funny is, I don't know if the box shows it. Yeah, okay, so it does show the normal version on this side, and it shows the orc version on this side. And then inside is nothing but trash, literally. So, that's cool. So, let's get to it. Alright, guys, so here we have the kind of Predazords. I forget exactly just how you want to call them. They weren't really, I guess, classified as something different. So, we've got the little silver wolfy boy. Kind of a remold, minor retool of the tiger. We have the Hammerhead shark, which is obviously a very minor retool of the shark sword. I mean, literally the only difference is the Hammerhead part. I guess that part too, obviously. And then we have the frackin' giant Alligator. Definitely the largest Zord so far. I think the only one that technically is bigger than this would be the Red Falcon that comes later, or Phoenix, technically, I guess. I don't know how they called it a Falcon, but I'm pretty sure it was actually meant to be a Phoenix, but because that thing also makes up a huge chunk of Zord. This thing, in and of itself, is massive. So, let's do a quick comparison to the original Zords. Alright, and so obviously, you know, there's a big difference here between the lion and this guy. So far, the lion is the smallest core bot, which I find quite funny, because it's like the main hero. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I didn't even realize the tail section here actually has more molding to it than the normal shark. Everything else seems basically directly on point. The only thing that changes is this little section up here where the hammerhead is. This guy doesn't have it at all. Otherwise, exactly the same. They function exactly the same. It's pretty cool. And then comparing wolf and tiger. Wolf, tiger. You can see mostly the same. This one obviously doesn't have the slots for that. There. Same thing on the back. Doesn't have slots for stripes. But the molding is the same, minus the stripes there. The back is also the same, minus the stripes. This section is a little different. So, like I said, it's a minor retool, but functions almost identically. With the exception of the tail is not integrated, because it has part of its own weaponry and stuff like that. So, that's pretty dang cool. And, of course, we can bring in the other set of Zords. Alright, so there, zoom out just a little, I guess. There is all of our current wild Zords as they are. And one thing that's interesting, so this, this set just came out, and then the Silver Ranger itself, or the Lunar Ranger, I guess that's what he was technically called, is coming very soon from the Lightning Collection. Even though, Bandai and Hasbro have nothing to do with each other. It's just kind of funny. So, one thing I might do, so I have all my in-space Rangers from the Lightning Collection, and I might as well just have those little Super MINIPLA with my in-space Rangers, and then have, you know, once the Wild Force Rangers start coming out, I can do that as well. All right, so let's get rid of all our superfluous Zords here. All right, and we'll come back and work over these guys themselves. Like I said, Sharky Boy doesn't really have anything crazy going on here, but you do get the fin waggle, and then the tail can move up and down. Pretty cool, as usual. And then the fins move. Mouth opens. You have the sword holding thingy in there, which is always nearly impossible to get out, which I'll have to use a spudger or some type thing to get out. Wolf Boy, tail does not move. Leg moves like so. Ankle can pivot as well. The entire thing can move, but it's also sort of attached to the silver part there. Yeah, it is. So you can't move this without moving that, unlike on the Tiger. I don't know if pulling it apart would make a difference. No, I don't want to do that. I guess you can, now that I think about it. It does slide apart, but, you know, I don't think I'll mess with it, to be honest. But you do get a little bit of movement out of him. Like, you want to? You can do that. Head moves, just rotates, mouth open and closes. We do have stickers galore, obviously. Blue sticker, blue sticker, blue sticker. Black sticker, black sticker. The eyes are painted ahead of time. The black is painted here, here, and there, and there. And, of course, you got the sticker underneath. Unfortunately, you can't, like, point his head up or something like that. You would have to, like, really try to compress the leg to get, like, a howling motion, as it were. And for big old gator button here, his mouth does open, which it absolutely should. Which is pretty cool. I like that. TTs are not really pointy, but you probably don't want to, like, smash your finger in there. Silver is all painted. That little black bit is painted. The gold parts are plastic, except for right here. That's painted. Plastic, plastic, plastic. All the silver there is painted very nicely. Though why they didn't paint this section silver, I don't know. They just left it gray. I probably also would have painted the teethies. That's just me. Silver paint down here. Green plastic, so you get his little feetums. They don't move. These just sort of go in and out. He's probably the most stagnant of the characters. You can't rotate at the center joint, but that's pretty much it. The back legs kind of move. Like, they can get a little foot waggle, as it were, but not much else. The tail, on the other hand, is an interesting tail, because you can pull out the segments and get a big old snaky tail. Now, as far as I know, that's not for weapon mode, because weapon mode seems to be mostly a staff. And I think it's meant to be almost a drilled staff. I can't recall, but almost like the Dragonzord's tail drill. So not entirely certain. Also, he does sort of, you know, it's kind of referencing the Dragonzord effect as well. So it's neat. Get a little hair there. So, all right, let's go ahead and get these guys transformed up. We'll do this guy mostly because, well, the other two don't really have that big a transformation in the first place. Grab the tail, pull that off. That whole thing's not supposed to do exactly that, but there we go. So there's a handle, obviously. So this was like that. What you want to do is that, and that is a very, very snug fit, and it's going to cause problems. If you watch the, oh, by the way, he's got some really cool logo stuff going on under here. I like that. It's pretty cool. It's like a wolf head here and then alligator teeth. I like that. All right, so coming up to here, the legs want to extend out sideways and down. Oh, the back skirt here, you need to pop it up. So swivel this down. These blue pieces will swing out. Foot comes down. I'll make sure that gets all the way up here. Now with this, you want to push in. Go kind of like that, and then swing the whole thing down and in, and it sort of fills out the gap a little bit and also keeps your knee from falling into a giant chasm there. So let's swing this down like we did. In and down like so. Fold foot down, blue crotch pieces, swing out. Now we're going to swing down the alligator head. I will say be careful because your Megazord head is right here, and the tolerance is not great. If I'm honest, it does scrape a bit. Like I said, it's already hung up there. Like, I don't know why that was engineered so damn tight. But, like, the tips of the ears are not clearancing at all. And I don't know if having the head turned around will make a difference. I feel like that will make it worse. But I didn't like that, huh? Oh, because of the nose, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you can't just do that. So there's a clearance issue there. So either way, fold that all the way down, snug it into place. Grab your, oh, hold on, butt skirt needs to be kind of slapped down. Don't lock it in place though. Grab your arms, swing them back for the most obvious and ridiculous backpack out of this whole set. And gonna go ahead and flip up the horn, tilt the head up just a bit. Okay. Trying to get the feet level. What are you doing here, foot? Okay, Wolfie boy, yoink that off. Tuck the feetums up like that. Tuck the feetums up like that. Flip the whole thing around. Unlike the tiger, you don't have to split or go around anything. This section is still stupid. Pull the arm off. Tuck the toe in. And close up. I wish they had put a sliding joint there like they did with the back end and just allow you to pull it out and tuck the leg away without having to pull the entire thing off. I feel like that was a short-sighted thing on Bandai's part there. It's like you already had the engineering for that. Didn't go very far, unfortunately. Okay, so like that, and then you want to extend. And then that's good there, and then rotate. I guess the head can stay that way, but go ahead and rotate it there. Oh, wait, now I'm looking at it backwards. There we go, this way. So, post, shoulder, kind of give it a little bit of room. Where's this facing here? Hold on. Elbow. I had it all facing the wrong way. Sorry about that. Basically, just face it to where it makes sense, where your elbow is going to function and whatnot. Alright, grab your Sharky boy. Pull the tail off and kind of close that to about to there. And for the most part, you're just going to pull up, rotate, close your fins, and go ahead and attach. Sharks are easy. They don't take a lot to do it. Alright, and there is our, whoa, not on camera, Pretazord, almost completely done, with the exception of his chest piece here for his lunar thing, because he's got Lunar in his name. He's a Lunar Ranger, the Lunatic Ranger. So there we go. We got big old Megazord, and this is his evil form. You can tell because he's got a horn, the horn thing. All right, where are all my lights pointed? Let's just figure this out here. Alright, so same kind of articulation all the rest of the Megazords have had. You got a extendy joint here for the arm, giving you lots of motion here. You got up and down, and you have swing about. Yay for that. You got bicep rotation, and technically it's double jointed elbow, but it doesn't extend super far. And then, of course, technically a hand with the mouth of said Wolfie boy. Well, that was kind of dumb. It's like, now I need something to open his mouth with. Shark tail will open his mouth. There we go. Because I'm actually going to need that open. I wish they painted his little nose. Or give us a tiny little sticker for that. Same thing on the other side with Sharky boy here. You do open this up. And I'm going to see. I need something more substantial than my thumbnail to move this. There we go. So, in transformation, you may as well go ahead and pull that out, because that is how he's going to hold his weapon. So, we'll leave it at that. I think you kind of lose your waist rotation at this point because of the giant alligator head. It's now taking the entire waist rotation. By the way, the head does rotate very nicely and does up and down pretty good there, except there is a slight gap underneath, but it's not terrible. The legs can swing forward if you move the skirt out of the way. That's about as far as it goes. And then you get double jointed knee, which gets you that much movement. If you in reality, I think if you leave this up, you'll still have at least the top knee, and you can have that complete back of the thigh if you're, or calf if you're interested in that. Of course, with feet, you got a little bit of motion as much as you could, and you got a hell of a flip-flop. Also, crazy padded feet underneath. Really reminds me of the Frog Zord from the Ninja Zords, and I wish I had the Ninja Zords. But luckily, I do have the legacy version of that, so I'm not too concerned. All right, so weapons. He does have a little bitty shark sword and really big tail lumpy thing, and you basically do that, and it becomes his weapon. And like I said, I believe this was meant to spin. That's why he's got blades on all four sides. I don't think this was meant to be used like a whip, as it were. Like how all these bits extend. Like, I think that's meant for alligator mode, and, you know, and then all of this is just meant for his weapon mode. And it is a massive weapon. It is significantly taller than the Zord itself. Now, you got two options. You can use the purple handle in there, or you can use the green handle. The green handle on mine is significantly tight, and I think it might just be due to the mold line there. If you watch the video where I take everything apart, it is very, very difficult to get it out. It takes a minute. You know, it's a little bit easier to go ahead and insert it. And good thing is you get a little bit of rotation out of that, so you don't have to fight too much. But you do have to kind of push it all the way up to get it past the shark head to actually install that. So, there you go. There's his enormous frickin' weapon. Like, that is just ginormified. It is ginormous. It is Richard enormous. There we go. There's the frickin' joint. It was stuck. I knew that arm could move more than that, because I knew the tiger could do that. So, so we can get a decent pose here. So that's pretty cool. Make sure this isn't as floppy as it looks. The other weapon he technically has is this boomerang-y thing, and he can hold it in the wolf jaws, like so. So he's got like a moon boomerang, as it were, so he can chuck that around. Actually, I think he's meant to hold it the other way. I think I'm stupid. I mean, I'm generally stupid, but let's see. Yeah, he's meant to do it that way. Sorry. So, yay. The weird thing is, like, the wolf head doesn't have a hinge, and I feel like it should. Like, that would give him a wrist joint of sorts. And let's see if we can get a little more dynamic posery here. Because these things do have a lot of articulation, so you might as well be able to use some of it. The one thing is the weapon is redonkulous when it comes to this. And mind you, this is in bad guy mode. So if you want to, you can put him in I've come to the light side. So you flip the horn down, and you open the face plate. Also very reminiscent of the Dragon Zord. Just saying. So, and I love the yellow eyes too. It's just something about the yellow eyes just gives it to me. Now, of course, if you want, you can have the horn up with that, but that's not how it's supposed to be. All right, it just looks pretty dang good. Oh yeah, you get a little bit of motion here, so you can actually get a little bit of an angle you shouldn't have with the weapon. Oh, by the way, I forgot he does have weapon storage on the back here. So if you take this little plastic piece and plug it in right here, you can in fact store this guy across the back. And now that I've installed it, I don't know if I can actually pull it back out. But if I remember correctly, that hole will sit right inside there. So if I manage that by the end of the video, I will show it off. Because, frankly, I don't feel like pulling that out of his hand again. Now comes the part where I have to assemble all the frickin' other Zords. And I don't know if I have time for that right now. Alright. Alright, guys, there it is with its other Megazord brethren. And like I said before, I think it's pretty cool, at least so far. We don't have any leftover Zords or parts, realistically. I mean, there's a couple things here and there, but nothing too crazy. I mean, like a shark piece, stuff like that. A couple, fake bison legs. It's not until we get up to the Osiris Megazord, because I'm going to call it that to avoid any issues, that we really start seeing something different. And it made me wonder, and it's been so long since I've watched the series, that we end up getting the rhino legs on an entirely new Megazord. And it makes you wonder whatever happened to the rest of the Kongazord. Because obviously the Pretazord hangs out for a while. We do see the original Wild Zords along with the red lion, who gets an upgrade for like the final version with the Pegasus. Is that what it's called? Pegasus Megazord? Which is absolutely absurd. I kind of hope we get that. I do think that we're going to have to start getting like the auxiliary Zords like separately, like giraffe, deer. Who else am I missing? There's at least those. Elephant. Okay, we haven't got elephant yet. So a lot of them, they were just like weapon Zords or swap out Zords. You don't have to worry about having a full-on Megazord left over, which I guess is actually where the Osiris Megazord comes in, because you do get the entire like falcon, which comes out flaming from a volcano. Totally just a falcon. So that'll be an interesting one in and of itself. Hopefully they'll give us articulation and not just those permanently curved wings that the original toys came with. But as it goes with these Super Miniplas, I'm super happy. Also, Animus Megazord, I'm looking forward to getting, because that's pretty cute. I like that as a alternative version to this guy over here. I'm trying to think, is there any other Zords that I'm forgetting? Elephant, giraffe, deer. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else. I think that's it. Oh, apparently in one variation there is a panda bear Zord. I don't know which one that one comes from, but there is a panda, I guess. That might be in the alternate Kongazord version, because I think it uses. It's got something else. I mean, it's a red gorilla, a black elephant, and then some other stuff going on there. So I'm not entirely certain. But as it goes, this set is sweet. I'm probably going to end up getting the Legacy Collection of those Rangers as they come out. Apparently, there's already issues that I just saw online with our Titanium Ranger, whatever he's called, Silver Ranger, Lunar Wolf Ranger, whatever. Apparently, they can't even keep details correct through it. But I still have a ton of Power Rangers content to get through. I got all of these figures piled up literally below this table right in front of me. And I think this might be it, at least for robotic things I have to review. And model kits, I still have a few more to do. So, but that's going to be it, guys. Go watch the other two of these reviews and go check out the video where I show you how to take this guy apart. It's pretty fun. And also, members, I do have a build-up and behind the build video, and technically a preview video for that. I just realized this light was off because I was taking pictures. Actually, looks pretty good that way. I'm going to leave that off for now. So if you're remotely interested in helping support the channel, you'll see things like that. Previews, behind the builds, stuff like that. But I'll catch you guys next time. And remember, as always, keep on building, technically. Yeah. All right, bye, guys.